I wasted years trying to sell my services to the wrong customer, and I figured out what I was doing wrong and how to do it correctly purely by accident. So I'm going to tell you what I did wrong, so in the hopes that you can examine what you're doing and not make the same mistake I did and save yourself a good 5 to 7 years of just wasted time and energy. Hi there, if you're new here, my name is Bruce. I've been doing SEO and digital marketing and affiliate marketing since 2015. I've helped small, medium, and large businesses make more money by having their website show up at the top of Google searches. I make these videos because I love this stuff, and today is a story of a major mistake I made, and probably a lot of people are making this, and hopefully you can learn from it and fix this in your own business. So when I was first starting out in SEO, I took a training program. That's how I learned search engine optimization. And part of the training program was sales, because who cares about just having something show up at the top of Google searches if you can't make money from it, right? So we need to make money. So part of the training was how to sell. And one of the main sales guy, he was really good at sales, and he had a lot of good ideas, but not the main one that was a problem for me was he recommended people like me, when we're starting our SEO agency, to go out and meet business owners, because that's what we're doing. We're selling our services primarily to local businesses, thinking like dentists, roofers, lawyers, HVAC, people in your community that can get more business by having their websites show up at the top of Google searches. And that made sense to me, because these are the people who are already spending money on marketing. They have money because it's a business, and they need help with their business, and I help businesses. So he would tell me to go target business owners, and it made sense. So I would join local business networking groups. I would cold call on local businesses. I would do like Chamber of Commerce, BNI, stuff like that. And it was like pulling teeth. It was always so hard to sell my services. And at the time I was a beginner, and even though like I could rank websites, like I didn't have confidence in telling people that I could rank websites. I'd only been doing it for like a year or two, and it's weird. I didn't believe in myself, but also I was just targeting the wrong people. So for years I was targeting business owners. Now I rarely speak to business owners. Occasionally I will, but only when they come to me. I never go seek out business owners. I completely abandoned the business owners who I thought was my target audience. I thought they were my customer, but it turns out they weren't. And the way I found this out was for years, because I was struggling. I wasn't making much money, and I was trying to make it. I was trying to be around business owners, and so I would avoid going to marketing meetups, marketing events, conventions, and anything to do with SEO, because I was like, I know SEO. I mean, I didn't know everything about SEO, but I could rank websites fairly decently. And so it was like, why would I go to those events? Those are people like me. People like me are trying to get customers. So I just wouldn't go to them. And at the time I was living in Durham, North Carolina, in the Raleigh-Durham, Chapel Hill area. It's got a lot of commerce going on. There's a lot of economic activity, and there's actually quite a few like marketing groups. And this was before the madness of 2020. This is like 2017, 18, 19. And it turns out there was a couple different SEO groups, and one of the better meetups in the entire country for search engine optimization. And then like these monthly marketing groups that would meet up, and they'd have speakers come in, and I always avoided them because I figured I don't need to be around those people. It's a waste of my time, because I need to be around business owners. And then for some reason, there was some SEO meetup, and I guess I kept seeing it on Twitter, and how like it was like nationally known. And I was like, you know what? Let me go to one of these things. And I went to an SEO meetup, and it was like a lot of people just like me. nerds talking about how to get at the top of Google searches. And I was like a fish in water. I was like, oh, I can talk about Google and SEO. And I was like, you know what? I had a bunch of fun. And then I started going to these like SEO meetups, and then they had like marketing meetups. And it wasn't just SEO nerds, it was like SEO and like marketing people. And I would go, and because I studied direct response marketing and started a business just off of like direct mail before I got into SEO. So I kind of like this stuff. I got a background in it. And I would go to some of these meetups, and they might have a speaker or something, and they're talking about SEO or something, or they have a question, and I might raise my hand and I'll be like, oh, that's this, not trying to upstage anybody. I was always respectful, but like if there ever came a time where they're like, oh, what is this? And, maybe I might chime in. Or then like someone would be sitting next to me and realize that I kind of knew what I was talking about. And then they maybe like ask me a question or something. And so like, I'm just in my element, just talking to people, just having a good time. And then like, it was one of them, I can't remember it. I think it was an SEO event. And like towards the end of it, this girl who had been sitting next to me, and I had like talked to her once or twice. I don't know. Maybe I gave her my card or something. I don't think it was at the event. I think she reached out to me like by email like a day or two later. And it turns out she was the marketing manager for this company. And she was actually at this event looking for SEO people to hire. And she didn't go around telling people that, but that's why she was there. Long story short, I ended up signing them as a client, and they were the biggest client I had ever signed. And it was easy because like I was just talking about SEO, and like I didn't have to sell them. Like before, when I'm going and meeting local business owners, I'm like having to sell them on why SEO is good and how it can help their business. But with other SEOs and other marketing people, they already know, they're in the business. So when they're like, oh, that guy's really good at SEO, when they figure that out just by me talking and trying to help people answer questions, then it's like it's the like top of funnel, bottom of funnel. It's at least like medium to bottom of funnel, which is where you want to be. Top of funnel is like awareness and convincing people, and I'm not good at that. And so that was my major mistake, trying to go after business owners. Now I don't do that. Now I try and help SEOs and marketing people, because a lot of I've been doing SEO for so long now. I'm like pretty good at it. I've done like e-com, local, affiliate, national. I've done a lot of it, and it often helps to have like a different set of eyes on something, or somebody, I don't know, they'll refer clients to me. It's weird. So it's been way better for me because I don't have to convince people. I had this one marketing guy who hired me, and then he moved. He moved to another, like a different part of the state, like 3 or 4 hours away. Got another job with a plastic surgeon, and then he hired me again. And I didn't have to sell the business owner on either one of them. I was just talking to the marketing guy. And it's like easier to explain what I'm doing, and it was just so much better. So there's this, if you're familiar with the famous copywriter Gary Halbert, there's this famous story of he goes, and for some reason he's doing a guest lecture at a class in UCLA sometime, I don't know, decades ago. And he says, we're going to do an experiment. We're all going to sell hamburgers. And he's telling the students, I'm going to give you every advantage you want, and I'm still going to sell more hamburgers than you are. And so he goes by, like, let's say there's 20 people in the class, and he's like, raise your hand. What advantage do you want? And the first person's like, I want gourmet, the hamburgers. Second person's like, I want the cheapest hamburgers. Third person's like, I want the fastest hamburgers. And then somebody's like, I want Wagyu. And then someone's like, I want the best customer service. So he goes around and everybody picks like their advantage that they want. And he's like, okay, great. I'm going to beat all of you. He's like, the reason why is because I'm going to sell my hamburgers to a hungry crowd. And it's like, it stumbled upon it on my hungry crowd, on my target audience, which is people who are already in marketing, SEOs, marketing people. That's my target audience, and that's my hungry crowd. And I thought it was business owners, but it's not. Now I have met during this now that I focus on just helping SEOs and marketers. I have met business owners who have a marketing mindset, but they come to me. And it's cool. It's cool. I like working with those people. I'm not like, oh, you're a business owner, I'm not going to talk to you. It's not like that. But now I don't go and try and convince business owners. When a business owner comes to me, they're already convinced that they need help. They're just wondering if I'm the right guy. So that's my story. So my thing to you is, if you're struggling with sales and convincing people, like, think about, are you targeting the right customer? Because again, I'll keep this one short because this video is getting long, but I was talking to Chris Walker, the founder and CEO of the website Legit, and they do it's like freelancers and gigs and stuff. And we had a conversation about this, and he's like, yeah, I know. He's like, dude, it's like he already knew what it took me years. He's like, yeah, that's my whole business, is selling to other SEOs and marketers. And he's like, yeah, it makes sense, because I've bought so many SEO tools. I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on SEO tools, SEO products, links, content, training. Like, I'm my target audience. and like, just like see someone else who was like, yeah, of course. It's like, oh yeah, makes sense. So I'm not saying if you're a dentist, you want to target other dentists. That might not be the smart move. But if you are struggling to sell to your customers, re-examine, are you targeting the right customers? Because you might not be. I was targeting business owners for like 5 to 7 years before I slowly figured it out. I mean, I didn't figure it out with that first marketer that hired me. I didn't realize what was going on. It probably took me 2 to 3 years after that to really be like, oh, no more business. Like, I'm not anti-business owners, but I'm not going to put any effort into like going out of my way to talk to business owners. I want to talk to SEOs and marketers. So anyway, this is long. I was kind of rambling. I hope you found this valuable. If you did, I would appreciate a thumbs up. If you didn't, please give me a thumbs down. If you would like to speak to me on a call like this, a video call, Zoom, or whatever it is, I will drop a link to my Clarity account. You can hire me. It's like, you can hire me by the minute. So I think it ends up being like close to $100 an hour. I'll talk SEO, marketing. I'll look at your stuff. I'll tell you everything. I'll tell you exactly what I would do, and then you can do it for like, I charge way more than $100 an hour. I don't even go by the hour when I'm working with the client. Not bragging, I'm just saying. So yeah, I hope you found this valuable. Thank you very much, and I will see you in the next video.